Hello, awesome all stars. Today we're going to read from our shared reading book. This is my copy, and our story is going to be about a very famous place. And this famous place is located here in the United States. It's one of what we call a national monument. National because it's for the entire nation, our entire country. And a monument is simply a statue or a building that has been built to honor someone who's famous. So oftentimes the monuments might have that person's name, or if it doesn't, if it's a monument, it still has been built to honor a special person. As you can see, you're looking at two stories, and we're going to just read one at a time. And I'm going to ask that you also get your shared reading book. The first story is called The Washington Monument. It is located in Washington, D.C., but that's not why it's called the Washington Monument. Some of you know that our very first president of the United States, his name was George Washington. He was president a very long time ago. He was president before this building was even built to honor him. He was our president way back in the 1700s. However, because of what he did and the fact that people wanted to honor him, this monument was built. The Washington Monument. I want you to listen so that you can learn more information about this famous building.
The Washington Monument. The Washington Monument is a white, pointy tower that reaches high into the sky. It is located in our country's capital, Washington, D.C. The tower was built to honor George Washington. It opened in 1889. It's as tall as a 50-story building and has 897 steps. But people don't have to climb to get to the top. It has an elevator too. Thousands of people visit the monument each year.
Okay, that's the end of that story. Let's go back and see if we can locate some important details about this story. Okay, in the story, it said that the monument was a tower and it was built to honor who? That's right. The tower was built to honor George Washington. Now, notice when it was opened. It was opened, that means they started using it in 1889. That sounds like a long time ago, doesn't it? Yes, it's almost 200 years ago. It also said that it's as tall as a 50-story building and has 897 steps. Boys and girls, when we talk about how tall a building is, we call each floor in that building a story. So think about our C building at school. That is our only two-story building because there's a downstairs and there's an upstairs. We have a two-story building, but this monument, you see how tall it is? This monument has 50 stories. So imagine trying to walk up all those stairs to get to the top of this monument. But the story gave us some more information. It said, but people don't have to climb to get to the top. It does have an elevator, too. Thousands of people visit the monument each year. I wonder why people would want to visit the monument. Maybe they want to learn more about George Washington. Or maybe they just think it's fun to go and look at this very tall building and try to go all the way up to the top. Remember, this is one of our national monuments. So this is a place where people visit often. People go on vacations and they decide, oh, well, since I'm here in Washington, D.C., I might as well go and see the Washington Monument. Okay, now I want you to look at this story and let's see if we can find some vocabulary words. I know that we've been working on long E. And I wanted to point out that this word pointy, that Y is saying E. We've already done our study on long E words. This is pointy, that Y says E, but what about in this word? What is the Y doing? What's the word? Yes, it's sky, but I see a Y. Why isn't it ski? Remember the rule, boys and girls. If the word is long and has more than two parts, two syllables, pointy, that Y says E. But if it's a short word and it only has one syllable, one part, sky, then that Y says I. All right. Now I have a question for you. Why was this monument built? Why was this monument built? Look at this sentence. The tower was built to honor George Washington. They wanted to honor him because he was our very first president. Now, this building was opened in 1889 and it is still open today. If you go to Washington, D.C., you'll be able to see this monument. All right. Now I want you to get your shared reading book. You have the same story. This time, we're going to read it together. And then we'll do our skills portion of the lesson.
The Washington Monument. The Washington Monument is a white, pointy tower that reaches high into the sky. It is located in our country's capital, Washington, D.C. The tower was built to honor George Washington. It's as tall as a 50-story building and has 897 steps. But people don't have to climb to get to the top. It has an elevator too. Thousands of people visit the monument each year.
So when it says thousands of people, that's a lot. Not just 100 people or 200, but thousands. People like to visit this monument. And people come from other places in the world also to visit this monument. All right, let's take a look. What are we doing today? Well, this week we are studying long I words from the pie card. So let's see. It says circle a word that has the same I sound as wild. Wild. So that's a long I spelling. That's just I saying I. Okay, let's circle. It has to have the same. And it says circle a word. But I want us to see if we can find more than just one. The Washington Monument is a white, let's do white. Circle it. Pointy tower that reaches high. Let's do high because that's from our spelling. Into the sky. All right. If you want to do more, you can, but that's where we're going to stop. And I don't really see anything else. I see visit over here, but I don't see any more words. So that's why we did white, high, sky. Underline a word that means more than one person. Now remember, we've also worked on plurals this week. Plural words mean more than one. So, more than one person. Sometimes when you have a word that means more than one, you put an S on it. But for this word, more than one person, this is a word that doesn't have an S. But it still just doesn't mean one person. It's more than one. When you have a lot together, a lot of not just one person, but more than that. Trying to give you a clue without saying what the word is. Let's look on this side. The tower was built to honor George Washington. It's as tall as a 50-story building and has 897 steps, but people don't have to climb to get to the top. People, more than one person. There it is, people. Remember I said it not have an S. Let me see if I can fix that line. People. Okay, that's better. Okay. Last one. Put a star next to an important detail from the text. Well, boys and girls, I think an important detail would be to the information that tells why this monument is called the Washington Monument. Or an important detail might be to say where this monument is. So, it is located in our country's capital, Washington, D.C. That's our capital city for our country. If you want to choose that one, you can. You can put your star here. Or you could do this one. The tower was built to honor George Washington. So you can pick one. Okay, I'm having trouble with that star again. But we'll leave it like that. All right. Now, let's do our writing. Okay, for the Washington Monument, this is going to be your writing prompt. People visit this monument because blank. I've given you some ideas. You can use these if you want to, or you can come up with your own. People visit this monument because it is fun. Or people visit this monument because they want to learn about it. This is another idea. People visit this monument because it is important. You're going to choose one of these if you want, or you can come up with your own, and we're going to put it into your shared writing page. I was trying to get you a picture to show you that this is California on the map. If we wanted to visit the Washington Monument, it's all the way over here. This says Washington, D.C., and I know you can't read it because it's not a very good map, but then the line is pointing to this little area here. That's where Washington, D.C. is. So basically it's showing you that it's all the way across our country. We have to go all the way across the United States to get there. Okay, so here on your page is where you're going to do your writing.
Visit the
Okay. This seems to have its own mind again. Okay. Okay, so trying to get it big enough for you to see. People visit this monument because this and then you fill in the blank. All right. Now, this will be on your parent page so you can take a look at it. Let's continue. Okay, now this is another monument, and this one is called, well, the title is An Amazing Sight. Look at the picture on this page. Boys and girls, this is another real monument, but this monument is a lot different than the other one. The other one was a building, and this one is a monument that was carved into the side of a mountain. This is called Mount Rushmore. Boys and girls, I said carved because somebody actually had to use some types of tools in order to make these faces on this side of the mountain. So it's like it's carved into the mountain. Now, let's take a look and listen to this story.
An amazing sight. always wanted to visit Mount Rushmore, and here he was. He stared at the four huge heads of the presidents. It was hard to believe they were carved right into the mountain. Dad, Lee said, did you know that each head is as tall as a six-story building? The noses are 20 feet long. Wow, said Dad. I wonder what would happen if they sneezed. Lee laughed.
Wow, imagine if these big heads were alive and they would sneeze. I think they would blow somebody away. Okay, boys and girls, this is another, again, monument, Mount Rushmore. And this one was made to honor these four presidents. They are President Washington, President Jefferson, President Roosevelt, and President Lincoln. Now, you might think, oh, I haven't heard of them. Well, these presidents all lived a very long time ago. And it's important for us to remember them. So this mountain was made. The mountain was actually there, but carved into the mountain are their faces. So we call this Mount Rushmore. This boy always wanted to visit this place, so his dad took him there. Notice that Lee, that's the name of the boy, and we've been talking about nouns, so we know when we have a proper noun, we have to capitalize, like Lee and Dad. But when we have a regular noun like presidents, that's a person, we don't have to capitalize. This word is presidents, it's just a regular noun. But when I say the name of a president, like President George Washington, then I have to capitalize his name. This would be an interesting place to also visit. All right, boys and girls, let's take a look at our directions. Circle a word that has the same I sound as light. So we're still using I. I'm going to just circle one. There's one. I'm going to underline a word that is another way of saying the heads of presidents. Boys and girls, that's the title, Mount Rushmore. When I hear that title, I know that means this is the heads of presidents. And then an important detail, let's see. It was hard to believe that they are carved right into the mountain. That tells me how this looks, how this was made. This is an important detail because it tells me about how it's made. So let's put a star there. All right. Yes, we are going to have writing. So, I want you to prepare for your writing here. And since I'm having a difficult time with this time, I'm just going to show you what you're going to be writing. But again, it's on your parent letter. All right, you're going to write about Mount Rushmore. It says, Mount Rushmore is amazing because, and then I have some examples. Mount Rushmore is amazing because it is part of a mountain. Mount Rushmore is amazing because it shows the heads of presidents. Or Mount Rushmore is amazing because someone carved it. Someone actually had to make that. Imagine that. That's what you're going to write here, boys and girls. And again, I'm having trouble getting it open, but you know what to do. You're going to write that information here and draw your picture. So we have 2 shared writings for today. And I want to make sure that all of it gets done. Have a great day and take care of yourself. Be safe. I'll see you next time. Bye.